Hey guys, Faye here. I have surprisingly received quite a bit of negative feedback on this YouTube channel, which was a little shocking to me because I really don't have that many viewers. So it must, I assume, be people who are seeking out people who have beliefs and systems that they disagree with, which, is a fairly common thing, especially as a pagan. You get used to people uh, wanting to convert you and turn you into what they feel is proper, which is morally wrong, and it does go against our freedom religion here in America. So I am creating this video for these types of people so that they can understand, because most people who try to convert me actually know nothing about paganism. That they assume that it's satanic, it's some kind of crazy cult, which we're actually going to get into that here. Actually, that's going to be my first example. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to explain some common misconceptions about my path. Now, first one being, people assume that paganism is a cult. This is not true. Most pagans are actually solitary practitioners, which would kind of go against being a cult. You think of a cult, most cults are a gathering of people who have been manipulated into certain beliefs, such as the David Koresh or, the Jim Jones situation. This is nothing like that. There is no gathering of people being force-fed false information to do these terrible things. Most pagans, as I explained in my very first video, most pagans believe in harming none. It tends to be the main number one rule, especially in Wicca. That is the number one rule, is harm none. And that seems to go against the whole cult thing. And then the next one is the accusation of being devil worshippers. Well, pagans, at least most pagans, I can't speak for all because we all do believe different things, but most pagans, we don't believe in God. So in turn, we don't believe in the devil. The two do go hand in hand. So we don't believe in Satan. So it's hard to worship a deity that we don't believe in. Apparently the kitten says hello. So no, that is very false. We do not worship Satan. We are not, here to do the devil's work. In fact, pagans don't tend to do anything in any negative aspect. Most magic that is performed in the pagan faith is light. It's positive. So that is definitely not true. And then people have asked me why we wear the satanic star. Well, the pentacle is not the satanic star. All the pentacle is, it's a star with a circle around it. And those points of that star, those 5 points, are earth, air, fire, water, and spirit. So it's the elements, which are the elements of the earth, which is what paganism revolves around. So the Satanists and whatnot do wear the upside down pentacle because it symbolizes the goat's head. That is not the case with us. So that another common misconception. So that is in fact false. We do not wear the satanic star. A question that I was asked by a couple of people through this channel is, aren't you worried you're going to go to hell? Well, this goes back to, we don't believe in God, so we don't believe in Satan, which means we don't believe in heaven and we don't believe in hell. So it's hard to be concerned of going to a place that we don't believe exists. So no, I am not worried that I'm going to go to hell because I don't believe in hell. So that fear it makes no sense. A big one that I hear a lot is that we sacrifice humans and animals. We do blood sacrifices. This also goes back to the harm none. Well, harm none would include animals. Animals are life. I would never harm an animal. I would never harm a person, and I would definitely never use blood in a ritual. It's done in some, in some followings, some magic paths, most of which don't claim themselves as pagans. Satanists don't tend to, identify themselves as pagans. They identify themselves as Satanists. So it doesn't really go hand in hand with it. So no, pagans do not spill blood for magic. And the last one I'm going to cover is that pagans have wild ritualized sex. This one actually makes me giggle because I have pagan friends who are like, oh man, I wish I had all this wild ritualized sex, but it's mostly mocking the fact that that's an assumption from people. There are different forms of magic and different forms of spells that do involve intimacy, primarily through lovers who both practice, and it strengthens that energy, but it's not a common practice. It's more of a personal, I don't know, attempt at at bringing out that larger form of energy. And it does, I mean, obviously sex does give energy. It does, illuminate, but it's not something that is a common practice in the faith and the following. So while it is done, it's not something that pagans tend to relate to. So these are all things that have been brought to my attention by certain faiths when making this YouTube channel, like I said, which was kind of shocking because I didn't feel like I had even enough views to be questioned when it comes to my faith. And quite frankly, if you are somebody who is here to try to make me feel bad about myself or try to tell me that I'm wrong, it won't work. I can't change what's in your heart, and you can't change what's in mine, especially by coming at me in an aggressive manner. Because I've been a pagan since I was 11 years old. My heart and soul is in my faith. And somebody telling me that I'm wrong isn't going to make me go, well, they say I'm wrong and I'm going to go to hell. They must be right. So I'm going to change my views. It's not how it works. Just like I would never, ever do that to somebody else. I have respect for everybody's faith. I may not agree with it, but that's my business. It's not my place to tell people that. It's not my place to judge. And I'm not going to, because it doesn't affect me. What you believe in and what you love and what you have faith in does not affect my life, and it does not affect my faith. So because I respect everybody else's, I would really greatly appreciate if everybody respected mine. And if you don't like what I have to say, then don't come to my YouTube. It's very simple, but you're not going to change my ways. So if you have any other questions or comments, or if I have missed any misconceptions you would like discussed, feel free to leave a comment or shoot me an email. Feel free to share this video if you would like. And as always, it was great making this video for you guys, and merry part and blessed be.